I understand that Okpeyemi or Folarin Okpeyemi joins us again, public affairs analyst. He was with us earlier on the show this morning when our studios opened officially at 7. Folarin, thank you so much for coming back with us on the program. I wonder what your assessment is about these elections as events keep unfolding.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Well, perhaps I should go over my question again, Folarin Okpeyemi. What's your assessment of the elections so far so good?
Yeah, thank you very much once again. Thanks for having me again. I think so far the security agency have been on top of the situation. We've not recorded any cases of violence across the 21 local government. I think this is heartwarming. At least it gives some level of confidence on the part of the citizens that okay, yeah, the security agency have lived up to their responsibility to maintain law and order in the state. And going to the electoral umpire, we've recorded itches from the late arrival of electoral officers to their respective location and polling unit, and the logistics, the time taken to move the voting materials from the office to their respective unit have been isn't it's nothing to write home about because as it is now, some voters are really frustrated about it. Haven't been under the scorching sun since morning. Of course, it can be frustrating that okay, despite the violence over the past few months, and coming out again now to vote now, and the Inec have failed them by failing to arrive timely. And this is despite the assurances of the Inec that they are on top of the issue in terms of logistics and in terms of deployment of devices in respect to Beaver's device now for accreditation. Yeah, the stories we've been hearing is not good enough because this device was falsely tested in Isoko constituency, and according to INEC, so 97% accreditation rate was recorded. But today now, this redundancy issue we've experienced here is really appalling because before today, INEC assured us that okay, this device have been well activated, has been test run before today, so no excuse whatsoever will be admissible by the citizen, by electorate whatsoever, because INEC assured us. If there wasn't an assurance now, then okay. But we put so much faith in INEC to ensure that okay, this process will be seamless and electoral will be able to exercise their franchise, and the accreditation won't take much time in process. The process will not take much time in ensuring that okay, citizen can this electorate can vote for their candidate of choice. But going forward overall, there's still a few minutes to the end of the electoral process. I hope some areas where the electoral officers arrive late, INEC the INEC officer will be given will extend the time. Yeah, because according to the guidelines, that 2:30 is the end of voting. I hope the time will be extended a bit just to accommodate other electorate, because coming out since morning and waiting till this moment, and once it's around the time now, the electoral officer will come out and tell you, okay, you won't be able to vote. No, that will be depressing, and that can invoke emotion, which could lead to breakdown of law and order. So I just have to let me urge INEC to do the needful, extend extend the time
Folarin, I mean,
to accommodate others.
Forgive me for breaking your flow of thoughts and all of that. Perhaps with the failure or the malfunctioning of the bimodal verification device, does that worry you when you consider 2023, which is just around the corner?
For me, it doesn't worry me that much because Isoko constituency where it was stationed was just a limited number of voters. But now this is the first time the Beavers device is stationed all through the state, not just a constituency. This is the whole state, Anambra state. So it's a good way. So after this election, Inec can sit down with their technical team and work on ways to ensure that this challenge is not repeated again as we prepare ahead of Osun and Ekiti Guber election next year. I think Inec is up to the task. I must applaud them, but nevertheless, we need to keep them on their toes to improve in their efficiency level and ensure that the device, because so much money has been spent on this device, and now it won't all go well that the accreditation process will take much time and even frustrate electorates who are willing to exercise their franchise.
All right, so let me also ask you this, maybe in 60 seconds or less you can respond to this question as well. So the late arrival of Inec officials, whether real staff or ad hoc staff, to the polling unit, and then the failure or malfunctioning of the bimodal verification device, is that a summary of the failure of Inec, you think? Is it safe to say that Inec has failed in these particular elections? Well, so far at this time?
I won't blame Inec that much. Why? Because considering we know where we are before now, no one expected the election to take place today, considering the spate of violence. At least Inec assured us that, they're on top of the issue, and despite assurances from the security agency that, the atmosphere will be fit to conduct an election, INEC has done their bid. We must salute them. But however, the BOVAS device needs to be optimized for better efficiency going forward in preparation for Osun Guber and Ondo Ekiti governorship election holding next year. I hope INEC will prepare much better and improve on this process because it's really important. Because once the accreditation is seamless, voting will be easy. I urge INEC to do the needful. Hopefully, they will get it better subsequently.
Well, we hope that they do get it better before the close of these elections and the subsequent off-season elections, which are supposed to hold in other states. But we'd like to thank you most kindly for Larry Okpeyemi, public affairs analyst from the mainland area here in Lagos. Thank you so much for your analysis and perspective. Perhaps you stand by with us and we'll check in with you as the show goes on. Thank you so much for your thoughts.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
All right, so gentlemen, he has raised some critical observations, nothing new. We have captured some of those areas. Perhaps we'll just take a break. When we come back, we'll just get your reaction. Or you want to respond to?
I just want to quickly say something. If you look at the photographs, the images that have been flashing on the screen, you see that those who have turned out,
the visuals from Anambra.
Yeah, they cut across all ages. You see youths, you see the elderly.
Middle-aged.
So what it shows is that when we talk about voter apathy, we need to look at the factors that my colleague has mentioned. We need to dig into those factors. Is it that the people don't want to come out to vote? Or is it that the people have lost confidence in the system? Or is it that they even believe that when they cast their ballots in an election, compromise INEC officials and security officials cast a separate set of votes in the collection centers? So if we can marry both, extreme
of these indices,
definitely we will deal. We're going to resolve the issue of voter apathy. So to see this,
especially just before 2023, I'm sure we can fix that.
Yeah, to see these people. So it's not just about bringing so many policemen. It's not just about bringing in so many soldiers and then deploying INEC officials and all that.
25,000.
It's about fixing the very issue of getting Nigerians interested in participating in the voting process.